Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. You're watching Wild Moments brought to you by explore.org. And it's me, Trishala, and I have Jamie with me today. How exciting!
Hi, everybody. Lovely to be back.
We have been chatting about, and this is what the show is about, all the great moments we've had over the last week. And there's one very exciting one of a leopard that Jamie and I know the mother of. So it's very exciting to be able to see the cub, Watika. But they're going to get to that a little bit later on. And remember to send us your questions and your comments, whatever you like. And I'm going to get the ball rolling with a very nice comment from Andy. Hi, Andy. Thank you for joining us. You say, good morning to all our presenters, guides, rangers, and most of all to Kirsten for all her hard work behind the camera. I tip my hat to you all. I want you to know that I have very much appreciated you sharing your knowledge, experience, and insights. I've learned so much from each one of you these past days. Each of you have been a blessing. I thank you. Thank you, Andy. That was very, very lovely.
That is lovely.
And of course, we have a whole lot of hellos and things to get through, so we'll get through them quick and then we'll have a look at our first clip. So we have Darcy Miller who says, hi, Trishala and Jamie. We've got Rasina E who says, I miss these two so much. I learned so much from both these extraordinary women. Oh, we thank you. And we've got May Blossom joining us. She says greetings, hi GDH. Tia Curtis Na Europa says hello from Angola. We have got Tris Bissop says, oh, where'd that go? Good evening, everyone, wherever you happen to be. Good evening to you, or good afternoon from me. I'm in Cape Town. Jamie is in Johannesburg. So it's the same day, same time of day for us. We've got Amber who says, happy Thursday to all. Thank you all for your gift of time and knowledge. I always learn something new. Our pleasure. Thank you, Amber. And then we've got Dia NC. Hello from Seattle, coffee in hand. Can't wait for the show. I'm so glad. And John says, good afternoon, Charlotte and Jamie from a sunny Florida. Zygote says, hi, Pajama Patterson. And Trishala. And then we have Suki V in the UK who says, good afternoon to everyone. Whew, that was a lot, but I got through them. Now we're going to head over to our first clip, which is, shall we say, our Lapwing couple has actually been lucky. So we're very excited to show you what the outcome was. So this is clutch number 3. And we have a little one. Look at that. Oh, they look so clumsy. Jamie, I think they look like a lollipop.
I can see that. I can definitely see that. Yeah, it's the head.
Yes, exactly. I feel
Yeah,
like
the head and the long,
lapwing
long
chicks,
legs.
they have to grow into their legs. I mean, into their head.
Such astonishing camouflage as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at first, I didn't actually see the chick until it started to move.
Looking a little cold and
I'm
dreary.
I know, right? The parent looks more interested in keeping itself warm than its chick.
Is she, or the parent? I don't know if it's the mum or the dad, but is he or she also still incubating another egg or just sitting?
So apparently there were 3 eggs in the clutch, and then 2 hatched, 1 died. But they could be, I mean, it looks like she's tending to an egg, the way she pushed it with the beak.
Did look a little bit like that. Mm.
Although it seems like I know that there is an interval between eggs hatching, but I don't know it to be, it must be about a week now.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't have thought it would be so long.
Yeah. I
I mean,
mean,
I've
maybe
seen
after.
them.
Sorry, go for it, Jamie.
No, no, I've seen them when they hide the babies under them. It's absolutely astonishing how they can tuck them under their feathers like that. The babies can totally disappear. But there
Oh,
definitely isn't
yes.
another little bunny.
Yeah, and I think the movement of her head and the pushing with the beak looked very much like she was moving an egg.
Hmm. Oh, there is something there. Did you see that?
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I mean, maybe after three clutches, you really hope for the best when the third one and your clutch doesn't
Gosh,
catch.
uh,
You know?
it's true. It's probably a non-viable egg. He's just trying really hard.
Oh, that was very sweet. I'm so glad that we have the little chick. So the other day, James and I were saying that they've managed to get over one really difficult period, only to enter into the next very difficult period, which is keeping that chick alive.
Yeah. No, no, I'm terrified now of being emotionally attached to lapwings. Trish, I don't know if you were there when we had a little lapwing that we were following for, and I mean it was so
Yeah,
close to fledging. Yeah. It traumatized,
yeah,
I think, many of us for a long time.
yeah, it's true. But it was recently at a dam where I knew there were two lapwing chicks, and I saw both of them with their juvenile plumage, and I thought that's amazing because I've never seen it from chick to juvenile so seamlessly at the same spot at the same dam, and on top of that there were two of them.
Oh, well done to them. We
I know.
we have a pair of them that lives on the plot that I live on in Pretoria, and every day that we take my friend's little dachshund for a walk around the property, they dive bomb us and they go for it prop. They are blacksmith lapwings. I've never actually experienced that from a blacksmith lapwing. Crowned, yes, but
Yeah.
blacksmith, I think it's particularly the male. He takes great pride in trying to chase us away. It's very funny and usually successful.
I mean, yeah, very successful. So we have a couple more hellos. We've got Bob from Kalamazoo says, "Good day, lovely ladies." Good day, Bob. CNAC says, "Hello, Trushala in pajamas." And then we've got Tammy who says, "Late to the party." Hello, Trish and Jamie. And then, oh, we have a CNAC remembers, Scoobert. That was the little Lapwing chick. Yeah. And then we have Racina E says lapwing chicks are so much more independent than other bird chicks. Yeah, so lapwing pig. I was about to say lapwing pigs. Lapwing chicks are precocial, like many ground nesting birds. So they have a whole lot ready to go as soon as they're born, which is really important because if they don't have that, they're just sitting ducks or sitting lapwings on the ground. Because the nest is not in the tree. If you have vulnerable chicks and the nest is up in the tree, at least you know you're pretty much eliminating one class of predator. Um, but if they're on the ground, you know, you got to be able to move pretty quickly. And then we have Jay Shiloh Shia. Hello. You say both parents take turns incubating the eggs. I'm actually not 100% sure, but I'm sure I've seen them switch.
I'm pretty sure they do. I mean, I could stand corrected on that, but I have seen both parents take turns. I'm fairly certain. I've sat and watched. It's always fascinating to watch them. They've got a lot of personality for what is essentially a little running bird, but they somehow have these fascinating characters, and I've seen them swap places. So I mean, it's whether or not. that always is the case, I'm not sure, but I've definitely seen it happen.
Yeah, me too. I mean, and I know that some birds do, for the first so many days they might swap, but then the mother takes over and things like that. But like Jamie said with lapwings, I'm sure I've seen someone get up and somebody else sit on it. So I'm assuming, that they do both incubate. And then we have, oh, Rolling Trouble says, hi, girls from Washington. Hi, Rolling Trouble. And then Tris Bissop is giving us a bit of an update. We saw that there's still one egg. It seems difficult to take care of the chick and incubate at the same time. That seems like an across the species problem, or across the all species problem, taking care of one child while there's another child inside of
Mm.
you or you're sitting on them. And then she says that there was a second chick, but it was dead lying on the water a few days ago. Took a picture. So sad. Okay, that was from Suki B. Ah, that's unfortunate. But again, having large clutches is kind of that insurance policy. I think Jamie and I were discussing that the last clutch that
Mm.
was devoured. We were thinking about that too.
Yeah.
Uh, then Rasina E says she'd like to see a lapwing pig. Well,
So would
maybe I'll
I.
draw one.
So would I.
You know what? Next show you will have one. I will present to you a lapwing pig. And then we have Lower Bear that says good morning from Oregon. Hello, Lower Bear. And with that, we shall move on to another avian clip from the week, much bigger than our lapwings. It's a martial eagle. Oh, so pretty.
How lovely.
Oh, look at that face.
Mm.
It looks a little juvenile-y.
And, definitely
Yeah.
caught between plumages there. Still not quite not the little crest.
Oh, my head couldn't help but do the same thing.
I did exactly the same thing with it.
The in-between plumage looks so awkward.
It does. Always pretty though. I always think juveniles look very pretty.
They do. They kind of, it feels more unique, the transition is that individual's bird's journey.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's very individual. I think that's a good word.
Mm.
Of course, several years in the making, that adult plumage. Really nice to see it sitting for so long. I mean, they spend the vast majority of their time up in the air. So it's nice to have this opportunity to see one sitting and grooming and
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the only times I've seen them perched is, uh, you know, a split maybe 5 seconds because they're just
yeah,
taking
I
a
mean
break and then going.
I was thinking about it earlier. I remember most of my martial eagle sightings very distinctly where they've been perched because it's actually quite an unusual occurrence. It's a real treat to come across them. And if you've never encountered them in person before and you can't really get a sense of perspective from the video clip, but they really are huge. It is it is astronomical. It quite difficult to put into words. I mean, there's just this enormous bird and claws that look so intimidating.
Yeah, and in fact, now that you're saying that, I remember a sighting I had where it was perched on a tree, and normally you see the legs and you know there's claws there, but this one
Mm,
you could see the claw, each claw. It really is a magnificent bird.
yeah,
It's also the first one
yeah.
that I've seen on the cams here, at least
That's
a recorded one. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm sure you guys would have seen others, but for me, this was special. See
it's
one
nice.
during the Tuesday, but it was gone as usual before we could go live. Okay, and here we go. Debbie Porges, AU, Australia. Thank you, everyone. Well, thank you too. Zygote says, I've observed them so much that I can detect even when the mating that I can that I can detect even when the mating call without I can detect them from their mating call without seeing, and intruder alarm and parents communicating, plus guiding the chicks around. So are you saying that you can tell all that just by sound? Because that is
That's
amazing.
cool.
And yeah, that is really cool. And also, like, you hear this certain sound, like, oh, busy tending to the chick out there. That's very cool.
Yeah. I suppose it's something that we kind of got accustomed to with other bird species without even thinking about it. The hornbills and the
Yeah.
around camp, or the starlings. You start to identify those little and the begging sounds. But I can't say I've ever had that opportunity with a martial eagle. That's quite unique.
Yeah, that's an amazing opportunity. Um, Carol Parker says, a harpy eagle? Oh my goodness, love them. A harpy eagle. I suppose it does hop away occasionally, but yes, oh my goodness, indeed, we love them. Okay, it's time, everyone, for that clip
Is it?
where we get to see.
Sorry, carry on, carry on.
What
Just
was
ignore
it?
me.
What was
I was going to say, is
it?
a
Where
harpy eagle not an American species? Am I?
I
Am
don't
I
know of
talking
a
nonsense?
harpy
No, I think a
eagle.
harpy eagle is a very, very large uh, New World species, very similar in size, very similar look to a marshal, and I think essentially occupying the same niche, Old World versus New World, as far as I know.
Oh, yeah,
Sorry,
because
carry on.
I don't know of a harpy eagle uh, on this side of the world.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Um, well, where was I, Jamie?
I'm sorry, you were introducing another clip, Trishala. My sincerest
Oh, there we
apologies.
go. Thank you. No, no, not at all. Yeah, I'm glad because when I heard harpy eagle, I was like, that sounds familiar, but I don't think that is here. But maybe the eagle makes harpy noises. Not as far as I knew, but then Jamie cleared it up. So thank you, Jamie. Okay, I was rubbing my hands together because I was getting very excited that we finally get to see Watika, who is in Kanyeni's cub, who I haven't gotten to
Okay.
see with my own eyes live. So this will do. Oh, he's
Oh, I love
gorgeous.
the tail twitch. I love that tail
Oh.
twitch.
There she goes.
The impala.
Bah, 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 bah. I'm not quite sure how old Watika is, but I would say at least a year and a half. I'm gonna put it at. I mean, she's named, so she must at least be a year and a half. We hope.
Shame, girl. They really have revealed your location.
Oh, you can go as low as you want to. They know you're here now.
Yeah, she's busted. I think there's a little puddle there or something.
She does have that.
No,
Oh,
no, no, she's just having a roll.
Oh, I love it when they roll. Oh, wow. That was such a soft saw.
Mm. Something interesting. I mean, if I had to guess, if somebody said to me, you know, what would you guess is happening here? I wonder if she's not coming into estrus. That rolling and rubbing behavior, it's sort of, if she happened upon a nice smell, particularly a male leopard wandering by, and then the calling,
Yeah.
and now the
Yeah.
marking.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, Jamie. I would agree with you.
If I had to guess, there's something sort of, I wouldn't say flirtatious about her body language, but certainly set on something.
Might it have been that shaking tail at the beginning?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so. I hope that I'll get to see her in person one day.
Me too. Me
Um,
too.
oh, we should both go, Jamie, and just go look for her.
Yes. Absolutely. Should we just go
See if
now,
she's in
Trish?
the.
I'll meet you there.
Let's go. It's a far quicker drive for you than it is for me. I'll
Fair.
leave now. You
Fair.
should leave tomorrow.
All right. Yeah. I'll wait for you.
But that is lovely, and I think that you're right. And there's also this kind of not really serious about the impala, like she's distracted by something else,
Mm. Yeah, I
possibly.
definitely think, I mean, she might be, if she's young, she might be looking to establish a territory. I don't quite know if she is fully established yet or not. She looks quite big. It's hard
Yeah.
to gauge, but it does actually look quite a sizable leopard. And her mom in Kanyeni was not a small leopard either, to the best of my recollection. She was, yeah, but that's, I love watching leopards when they are spotted by something, whether it's a squirrel or it's impala or whatever the case may be, and there's just that of the tail tip. You can you can feel the irritation. Anyone with
And
cats at
also,
home, you've seen that before.
and the way they swing their head around and look at them, like, I'm not going to attack you. Can you please stop? Just
Yeah.
stop it. Oh, Arlara Moore. Hello, Arlara Moore. Thank you for joining us. You say, oh my goodness, so good to see Trishana and Jamie. It's so good to hear your name as well.
Yes.
And then we have Cook13 Doodle. What a name. You say, thank you for bringing us these incredible lives. Thank you for watching. Rolling Trouble says, oh wow. That certainly was, oh wow. And I saw that your comment came through when she soared. So I wonder if it was for that. Um, but yes, oh wow, indeed. And Bob from Kalamazoo says harpy eagles range from Mexico to northern Argentina.
Oh, oh, okay. So New World,
So
yes,
spot
not
on.
necessarily North America.
No,
Fine.
but New World was the part that stuck in my head, so I think you're spot on.
Close. Yes, I was in the right half of the globe.
Exactly. Um, so then we have Rolling Trouble. Oh, sorry, Rolling Trouble. You said you saw eyes pop up in the back, but I read it as saw, and the eyes popped because she was sawing, but all you said was you saw eyes pop up in the back. So maybe there was a male around. In fact, we had Cook 13 Doodle also asked us to share our observations on the behavior, but did do that. And then CNAC asked where this was. So this was the Nkoro camp, which is pretty much where in Kanyeni Watika's mother had her territory, or has her territory rather. She's still alive. as far as I know. Please, anyone correct me if not.
She's
Um,
done well.
yes.
If she was born in 2006, she's 16. It's impressive
I mean,
going.
that's very, very, and considering that I'm gonna say what he is. Okay, so I'm gonna say what he is at least 1.5, but I would say maybe two and a bit. That's just judging from remembering when I think I last heard about her. And to have a cub when she was like 14, let's say, in Kenyani, that's good going to have
She's
raised her to.
independent. It's really good
Yeah.
going.
Racina E says she was shaking her groove thing. Yes, she was. It was more like an irritated shaking of groove thing, but it was a shake nonetheless. And then, oh my goodness, is that the time already? Psychote
Oh
says
God.
leopards are smart. I know, and have individual attitudes and curious. Very fascinating to see them in the wild.
I
It
agree.
really, really is. And Jamie and I have been so lucky to be able to spend this amount of time with leopards. And
And
then
that's my
Tris
favorite
Vsop
aspect
says,
of it. Mm.
yes,
Sorry, carry on.
we have such amazing experiences. That's so lucky. Tris Vsop says, maybe this is a silly question. Tris, there's no silly questions, only silly answers. You say, can a leopard be sawing up in a tree or only on the ground? I've seen leopards saw in the tree before.
It's not a
Have
silly
you?
question, though. I think that's a very good question because I don't think I've ever seen a leopard sawing in a tree. Now that I'm thinking
Ah,
about it, I don't think I've ever seen it. If you have I think that's quite a unique. That's a unique sighting because I, I don't. Now that I look back, I don't think I've ever seen it. Have I? No, I can't picture
I'm
it in my
sure
mind.
I've
There's
seen
no
it.
memory. No, I believe you. No,
I'm,
no, no. I'm
I'm
sure
sure
it
I've seen
has.
it
It
once.
must be possible.
But I think it makes more sense for them to be sawing on the ground because then there's more surface for the sound to bounce off
Yeah.
than if you were in a tree. Actually, that's a fantastic question. It's
Well, there
always the
you
ones
go.
we
That was
think
not a
are
that
really,
was not a silly question at all. I think it was a very good
yeah,
question, and I can't believe
that's
it's never
great.
crossed my mind to think about before.
Right? Yeah. Excellent questions. I love these kinds of questions. Gets us thinking. Anyway, we have time for one more clip. This is quite a funny one. I saw this recently. I think it might have been on Africam's Instagram. But it's a battle of, shall we say, wits. It's a battle of some sort between a bird and some birds. That looks like a thick knee. Whoa! It's these young birds that were tormenting it. Always is the young ones. I wonder if it didn't have a nest there.
I was just wondering. I was trying to work out whether or not they were just bullying it and it was trying to hold its ground, or if it was defending something. I mean, they're foraging there, but they don't look. It doesn't look to me like they found any eggs or anything like that.
Hmm. Oh, oh, just towards the end of the clip, another thickney came running in. But that kind of that kind of behavior, I would think that a bird's best defense is to fly away from a situation. But it was holding its ground. But like you said, maybe they were bullying it, and it was just decided to be fierce.
Yeah, there's a little part of me that wonders. Sometimes there's just irritation, and it's not. They're nocturnal birds, so it might have just been going. For goodness sake, leave me alone. And we've seen monkeys torment all kinds. Well, I've seen monkeys torment all kinds of animals when they can, and they've got that primate impulse, that family trait, just needling.
Oh, yes, I'm familiar with such a trait. Oh gosh, it's that time. But we're going to very quickly say, okay, so a couple of people, let's go through these before we say goodbye. Zygote says, I've seen them chasing spurfowl, and when it failed, it saw me and turned and walked around a tree, tail up like a kitten caught in the act. Oh, we're talking about leopards. There we go. Yes, they do have a certain attitude when they've been caught. It's like they can tell when they've been seen, and it's quite cute. And Tris Visop says, thank you. I was asking because once at Nkora we heard a leopard sawing and then we saw one jumping down from a tree in a distance. And I was wondering if it was the same or there were two. I mean, it
I
really could
wouldn't
be,
discount either possibility. There's no reason that they couldn't soar from a tree. I think it's just unusual.
yeah. And I mean, you may have had two leopards in your area and one was responding to the sawing of another. But like Jamie said, it's not impossible. It's just unusual. That was the word you used. It was a very good word to describe that. And then R. Lara Moore says, I've heard a jaguar in captive management sawing from his high up perch. Okay.
Oh
I
wow.
mean, then there's the maybe because it's not a natural environment, it could have started behaving differently. But certainly now we know that it's possible. But that would have been very cool to see. Anyway, it's time to say goodbye. So thank you so much for joining us for Wild Moments, brought to you by explore.org, and sharing your questions, your very good questions, and your comments, and making Jamie and I feel very welcome, and miss the bush quite a bit, I'm sure. So thanks, everybody. See you again next time, and I'll bring you a lapwing pig.